Hello and welcome to Power Play Video. I'm Chad Winters, North American Product Training Specialist for Jonsered. In this video series, we'll be discussing things like features and benefits, product innovation, some hands-on technique, and some helpful tips to ensure you get the most out of your Jonsered equipment. In this first video, we're going to discuss the new combi control switch on our chainsaws. We've shot this video in a real-world setting so that you know exactly how and when to use the various functions of the combi control switch. I hope you enjoy the video, and we'll see you next time.
Hi, I'm Jen Simmons, North American Handheld Product Manager for Jonsered, and we have a tree to take down today, and I figured it was a perfect opportunity to talk about Jonsered's new combi control starting system. So, like with any saw, when we're going to start, we're always going to make sure that a few things are taken care of. We have the right PPE on, of course. We have the chain brake engaged, and as a nice feature on a lot of the saws, we have a nice air purge here that's really ideally pumped 5, 6, 7 times until the bulb fills with fuel. You know that you've purged out some of the air, makes the saw a lot easier to start. However, you can pump this 10, 20, 100 times if you want to. Great thing is you'll never flood the saw by pumping it. Just look for the fuel to fill the bulb and you're ready to go. About 6 times, 7 times to get it started. Next, we'll talk about the switch itself. This is the combi control switch, and with a cold saw like we have here today, the first step is to put it into the choke position. So what we'll do with that is we'll actually pull out and then up into choke. So out, up. Now we have the saw into the choke position. I'm going to pull the saw about 3 times, no more than 4 times. And we're going to hear a pop or a bit of a flutter with the saw. It's basically the saw trying to start. So sometimes we can feel it more than we can hear it, but we want to be tuned into the saw and be ready to feel that, because once that occurs, the next step is to take it off a choke and pull it until it fires. So let's take a look at how that's done. Alright, so now we had a chance to do a little cleanup. So we've stopped the saw, moved some of the wood out of the way, got a little bit more work to do. So at this stage, the saw has been sitting for a little bit, still warm, but after a few minutes, always a good technique to use is what's called fast idle. So what we'll do is, for a warm saw start, we will take the combi control switch, we'll actually put it back up into the choke position, but before pulling, before starting, we'll immediately put it back into the run position. And now it's set to what's called fast idle. And this will make it a lot easier to start. Now, when I pull this and when I get it started, immediately it's going to be running at a little bit higher RPM than normal idle. It's imperative that at that stage, we just give the throttle one quick tug and it'll bring it back down to regular idle. You do not want the saw to be sitting for any amount of time running on high idle, waiting for you to get to work. The idea is that we'll start it on fast idle and we go immediately to work. Do not let it run on fast idle. One quick tug of the throttle. I'll show you how that works. Alright, well, job is done, and to finish up on the combi control system, we just want to talk about stopping the saw. So, simple enough, stopping is just a quick push down like you just saw me do there. So the saw is off, and we're ready to move on to the next job. That's it. Thank you very much for listening. Again, I'm Jen Simmons, Product Manager for Handheld Equipment for Jonsered. Thank you very much. See you next time.